like water, earth and ashes, like rain, wind and fire, like lava, snowflakes and ice. I am a part of the whole that moves, changes, destroys, builds up and creates. So how, I pray thee, can my very existence be relegated to an unnoticed footnote among men? And how can my heritage be reduced to 1/12 of a moment and be labeled as history? I was here before February. Therefore, February, as it pertains to history, to my history, is insignificant. If I were to limit my history to these shores, you would not be able to pack all of the wonders of my being here into 1 month and center it around 1 or 2 assassinations of those whom you say were slain for my civil rights. And I declare unto you that there are not enough calendar months to contain the telling of all that I am and all that I have done since I have been here on these shores. To proclaim my lineage and all the good and the bad done within it and to it, you must leave nothing unsaid and nothing unaccounted for. And that would require several lifetimes of books and manuscripts. However, an attempt to detail my history in totality would indeed be fascinating to both young and old, rich and poor. It would include my beginning in Jerusalem, near the cedars of Lebanon, where Eden was my father and mother's home, when dominion was had by my bloodline, and Ahijah gave us the miracle of paradise, where I was predestined. The melanin in my skin is proof that I am fashioned out of the darkness of the earth by an equally dark and terrible creator. Don't delude yourself. I am of the beginning. I came in the 6-day sequence of creation, when the animals spoke and were understood. When my earthly father Adam named each one of them and dwelt safely with the fiercest of them. I was there when the serpent entered Eden and deceived my mother and changed my direction. And I am here after he, by way of deceit, stole my dominion. And as a matter of record, he has been working tirelessly since then to steal my life and gain access to my soul. Notwithstanding, even while in a fallen state, which is the punishment for the disobedience of my father and mother, and even that of my own, I am still a force to be reckoned with. When seen from afar during the task of daily living, my approaching seems to spark fear in the hearts of my oppressors. Why is that? Why would you fear the unarmed, the unaware, and the unsuspecting? Could it be because you can never deny or forget that I was indeed here before February? Before the stones of the Roman roads were laid and the magnificent walls of my dear Jerusalem sparkled in the brightness of the eastern sun. Jerusalem, my home, the place of my heritage, now trodden under the feet of strangers, whose goings and comings are evolved into confusion, for they know they are merely squatters on private property. The very land itself seeks to expel them. Oh yes, before the intrusion of barbaric rule, I was here and there. When the stranger was summoned as punishment for my disobedience, my lack of appreciation for having everything that was coveted by other nations, when they came in all of their fury and uncivilized petulance, I fled to Africa, the wilderness, the middle passage between Jerusalem, which is my home, and the land of my captivity, which is forced into being my new home. And interestingly, being captured, stolen from my royal position, and reduced to chattel slavery was not my weakest moment. My weakest moment was when I realized my Father and Creator, Ahia, had ordained it. While the Most High was hanging the sun, moon, and stars by merely saying, "Let there be," I too was on his mind, in fact, to be. During the initial stages, when all that we see was pure and uncontaminated by recklessness, falsehood, and hidden agendas, I was here. In the meantime, while I await the great migration back to Jerusalem, I am here noticing the inadequacy of history books, trying to peddle a dossier of my history in the classrooms, boardrooms, churches around the world. I am here watching and waiting for those history books to catch up with my history. But that is unfair because it is impossible. Because to catch up with my history would mean a sit-down interview with the Creator himself. I am more than the month of February. I was here before February, and I celebrate my mystery because my history is beyond ordinary. I am Yabila, and I was here before February.